What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Elevated Spirits, it's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be a reading, you guys. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you either way. Hope y'all are doing well, enjoying your day, doing your best to stay as aligned, balanced, and in flow as possible. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick reading for you guys while I'm out here by the water. What sign do you need right now and why? Okay, so Spirit, for the collective, clear, accurate messages, please. For the highest and greatest good only. Does the collective need to know? What sign do you have for them right now? What is the sign they need right now and why? What is the sign they need right now and why? For the collective, Spirit. Beautiful. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. At the bottom we have hertz and frequencies. So some of you may be like being guided to like listen to more like solfeggio frequencies, hertz, music, things like that. Healing frequencies. Some of you may be guided to do like Reiki or have like a healing or Reiki session, something like that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 says align path. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Focus on independence / self-reliance. What truly matters? What truly matters, basically. What truly matters is a process. Be encouraged. Increase your confidence, trust in self, faith in the unseen. Okay, so it feels like collective, you guys are really being guided right now to continue to move forward, even if it's taking baby steps. It's not about it feels like taking big leaps or trying to like overexert yourself, overdo it, but it's more so about allowing yourself to take your time, just as long as you don't stop moving. It's about crawling if you have to, but not just sitting, right? If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But this is about not giving up on yourself, just continuing to push forward, keep going. Okay, this is not the time to quit. And it's funny how that message in itself is coming back around. Some of you, that is a message in itself. Things are coming full circle at this time. Okay, some of you could be closing out cycles, and so it may be feeling like some of you are going through a really tumultuous period right now, a really difficult time in life, and that's because for some of you it is a major cycle or a few different cycles that are closing out. It feels like maybe all at one time, and so it can be really intense right now. For some of you, this is like lingering energy from this full moon eclipse that we just had on September 17th. Okay, so for some of you, that is what this energy is indicating. But there's this need to continue to push forward, to continue to progress forward. Okay, even if you really can't see why or don't know how, this is just even mentally pressing forward. Even if you can't take physical action steps yet, this is shifting your mindset, doing what you can with what you have, being resourceful with the resources you do have until they increase, until they improve, or till they shift, whatever that is for you. So let's see, let's clarify. What is this? What is the 1, 2, 3, 4 Spirit? What is that for the collective? What is that about? So some of you may be definitely seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. This for some of you is confirmation. Others of you, this is a number sequence that you're going to start seeing. Okay, as this applies, or if it applies, if it resonates, you're going to know if it's yours. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, clarify 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that about, please, for the collective? As more shade comes because the sun's going down, I'm about to go find some. I've been out here for a couple hours and it's been beaming on me all day. So allow. Beautiful. So allow. Okay. So this is kind of like allowing things to look at the bottom, fresh start. Okay. So like I said, some of you have a new beginning coming, a new opportunity. For some of you, this is major because it's a new timeline shift. Some of you are shifting timelines, and although a lot of timelines, right, are very similar to others, meaning there's certain variants that like it's like there's a whole fuck ton of timelines, right? But each of them have, they're all similar, but they have different details. So the further you get, the bigger the changes are, the bigger the pivots are, the bigger the shifts are. So it feels like for some of you that are, like I said, having, kind of a difficult time with maybe moving forward, with maybe continuing to push forward, Allow yourself to take a break when you need to. Allow things to play out how it's playing out. If if something's leaving your life, this is spirit saying allow it. It's giving me that it's making me think of that message about let them. I didn't even watch it. I watched other people talking about the original, like their take on it and all that. But that's what this is giving me here. Let them. But it's also talking about other things too, meaning that if things are trying to leave your life, let them. Let it. Okay. If things are trying to come into your life to support you, to help you, to encourage you, whatever, let it. Okay. Allow it. But you have to be willing to allow the universe to make shifts for you, to help you, to support you in the ways that even if it doesn't make sense to you, even if you can't really understand why or what's on the other side of it. This is why it's so important that you just need to keep going and allow things to shift as they're needed. Allow spirit to support you. Allow spirit to bring in the messages, the people, the connections, the network, the resources, whatever it might be that you feel like you don't have. Spirit is just saying keep going and allow us to bring it to you. Allow yourself to receive what it is that you need. Okay. You're being asked to open your energy field and take down your walls of protection in order to allow the goodness into your life. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we block ourselves from the flow of life. It's safe to open yourself back up. So what that was basically saying is that sometimes, without realizing, when we are closing ourselves off, thinking that we're protecting ourselves, what you're also simultaneously doing at times, not all the time, but at times, you're also keeping out the goodness that's trying to come into your experience as well, because we have this ideology that I'm going to protect myself, not realizing that you're going to also block that out too. So it's a matter of finding a balance between how do I keep out and repel the negative energies that I don't want, but simultaneously at the same time only filter through the good things that I do want to experience, right? And allowing those things to come through by way of your forward progression. Okay. Let's see. Put those there. Let's see. Spirit for the collective. I haven't seen one of those type of dogs in forever. This lady got a freaking Chico dog. Dogs are so freaking not cute. I don't want to be mean. They're just highly not attractive type of dogs. That was in the movie Friday. I can't remember which Friday it was, but like the second or third or something like that. The fucking crazy ass Chico dog, white dog. That's one of those, but it's a little different color. But anyway, all right, spirit for the collective. What is this 1, 2, 3, 4 and allowing about? What is the sign they need? Why is this the sign that the collective is needing at this time? What is that about, please? What is the sign? Why is this sign here for the collective? What is that about, please? Their highest and greatest good only. Clear, accurate messages for the collective. What is 1, 2, 3, 4 and allow? Why is that here for the collective? Judgment. Okay. Let's see. What else? Some of you, this is about an awakening. Okay. That, like I said, things are maybe feeling really out of place right now. Things may be really intense right now, but just understand that it's ultimately clearing things out because it's putting you on your path, it's putting you on your purpose here. Okay. 9 of Cups. For some of you, making this decision, making this choice to continue to move forward, to maybe allow things to fall away, is also going to bring in things you, like I said, you've been wanting, but we have to make room for them by allowing yourself to bring down your walls a little bit. It's not to say that by doing that, you're just going to let everything in. No, that's where you discern. That's where discernment comes from, right? That's where people get it confused, where it's like, well, like, for example, when people get confused when they hear forgiveness, they think that means give somebody a second chance to hurt you again. That's not what that means, right? So I just feel like this is Spirit's way of trying to help us see how sometimes our definitions that we have towards certain words can be a bit skewed, okay? And it's not always for our benefit. So it feels like some of you are really just being asked right now, collective, to allow in the good things that are trying to come to your experience. For some of you, it's not only going to make you really happy, but it's something you've been asking for. It's something that some of you have been, wanting for quite some time. Okay. Devil in reverse. Okay. So this is about releasing your attachment. Okay. Letting go of the fear, letting go of the ego. For some of you, this is about making the decision to pick your blessings and your things that you've been calling in picking that over, for some of you, the fear of not having it. For some of you, picking that over things, people, beliefs, ideologies that have been keeping you stuck, tied, and bound. Okay, for some of you, this is people that are ultimately trying to hold you in place, trying to keep you, like, keep a stronghold on you, right? So for some of you, this energy is about releasing that, letting that go, coming out of that energy, releasing any fear, okay, any limitations, because all those things are tied to the devil, which is our ego, not our shadow, our ego. As I continue to evolve and I'm, learning more about, things, that other perspectives and ways that people see the world based on their downloads that they get from source, and as well as their experiences and the wisdom that they, cultivate because of all that, as, they put all those things together, I'm evolving as well, because I'm open to that. I'm open to shifting my perspective about things if it sits well in my spirit, if it resonates, if it makes sense to me, if it like I said, feels in alignment with me, right? So that's how I'm viewing things now. I don't view the shadow and the ego as the same entity. To me, they're different. They are similar, but they're different. The ego is the 3D based personality or version of yourself that is tied to the 3D realm. It's like the shadow, but I feel like the shadow is the etheric dark side, right? Which is your feminine energy. That's the darkness. The womb space, that's darkness, right? The creative space, darkness, okay? That is the shadow. That's the higher shadow, like the higher ego, right? The ego of the spirit realm, basically. And the ego is the 3D based version of the shadow. So, but anyway, feels like you guys are releasing. Okay, this is spirit saying, yes, you're on the right path. You just need to keep moving forward. So this is about releasing your fears. This is also about codependency, addictions. Okay, I had already talked about that in another video. I've recorded like 3 videos today. So, but yeah, this is part of it. Okay, it's about releasing the things that we feel stuck, tied, or bound to. Okay, things that we feel attached to. 1212 on the timer. Some of you may be seeing 1212. That could be a number of significance. Others of you may be seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it as it applies. Or these could be numbers that you are going to start seeing, letting you know that the message is for you, or just having you have more awareness. That's sometimes why we see the synchronicities, is to catch your attention, to let you know that something is coming or something's ahead that we want you to be privy to. We want you to be aware of. Okay. So it's like helping you release your attachment to maybe the outcome. Some of you, that's also what this is about, is seeing how you're maybe blocking your own blessings by holding on to how it's supposed to come, when it's supposed to come, who's supposed to be involved, and all these things, all the details that sometimes we think that we're supposed to be in control of, but we're really not. Sometimes that's how we block our own blessings. Our blessings is by trying to do the job of the universe, try to tell the universe how it's supposed to happen when we're not supposed to worry about that. We just tell the universe what we want, the end result, and let the universe figure out the rest. Okay, so let's see, what else spirit for the collective? Why is this 1, 2, 3, 4 and allow here? Why is that here for the collective? Why is that the sign that they need to be made aware of right now? 2 out of 3 cards are majors. So some of you may have Capricorn in your chart. You could be dealing with one. Be, a sign of significance, but that's also the sign of, that's ruled by Saturn, which governs structure, organizations, discipline, rules, regulations, restrictions, limitations, things like that. Okay, boundaries. So we have the 7 of Pentacles here. Okay, so this is like, allowing yourself to see where things are growing. Is it going the way I want it to go? Is it, maybe some things, it feels like for some of you, it feels like it's taking its time. It's taking a long time. Okay, but this is an opportunity for you to, instead of trying to rush the process or deciding that, because it's taking what we perceive as a human that is too long, don't let that block you. That means you just need to shift your focus and focus on something else while that, has its time to, it's like when you're baking a cake. I don't know why I use that example so much, but it's like the same thing. When you're baking a cake, it's going to take a good 45 minutes, maybe to an hour, right? To bake a cake, depending on size and all that good stuff, thickness and all that, right? But so when we're waiting for the cake, we're not rushing that process, right? We set the timer, put the cake in there, and we go about our business. We go about our day, and we find something to do. We force ourselves to have something to do while that cake is baking, because we know there is not a single thing we can do in that process but to let it freaking be, bruh. Oh my fucking God. Anyway, it's so annoying. It's like this parking lot is so fucking huge. So for someone to decide of all the spots to pull right next to me playing their loud music while I'm recording is so irritating to me. It drives me bananas. I don't care. It just don't make no sense. So anyway, yeah. So like I said, it just feels like for some of you, give yourself the space and grace to analyze, is this going to grow? Is whatever it is that maybe you're putting your time, energy, and effort into, is it going to yield? Is it yielding the results? Is it working? Is it pushing me forward? Is this goal or this, whatever I'm focused on or whatever I'm putting my energy into, is this going to take me to the next level? Is this going to, get me to where I'm trying to go? This is a time to figure out, what that is for you. And if it's not in alignment, if you've outgrown it, if it isn't working anymore, right? Because no matter how bad you want it to or you thought it would, if it's just not fucking working, this is the time to analyze. Is it time to let it go, right? Am I going to keep giving my time, energy, and effort into the wrong things or into things that really don't serve me or into things that really are no longer in alignment with me where I am now or where I'm heading, right? So it feels like some of you are really being asked to, allow the things that are trying to fall away from your experience, let it fall away, okay? Because it's ultimately, you guys, it feels like some of you as well are being called. That's also what the judgment represents, is your calling, okay? You're being called. Are you going to answer the call? Or are we going to remain in this, fear, this fearful energy that, ultimately wants to keep us safe, but keep us comfortable, keep us complacent, which stunts your growth ultimately, okay? So let's get an overall message here for the collective. What is the sign they need right now and why? This overall message here for the collective spirit. Seven of Cups, 77. Some of you may be seeing 77. So this is again about, having a lot of options. Okay, you might have so many things, so many different ways that you can go about, what you're working towards or where you're trying to put your time, energy, and effort. But it's going to be, you have to also realize that not every opportunity that presents itself is going to be for you. Not every opportunity you're supposed to take action on, as well as your ideas. Like even for me, for those of you that are familiar with human design at all, me being a sacral generator, I'm not meant to take action on every idea that comes to me. Like I'm to wait for confirmation outside of myself to confirm that that's something I should invest my time, energy, and effort into. And even that alone takes time to and diligent practice to get comfortable with that. Not for everybody, but for me, that's just my experience, right? That's not everybody's experience. My experience is like that, where it took me, some time to to like allow myself, not even get comfortable, but just, allow myself to at least feel safe enough to know that as uncomfortable or as scary as this feels, I'm not gonna fucking die from it, right? I'm not gonna, nothing major or crazy is gonna happen by me taking action on this or doing this thing or creating this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of times our fear is so great and it's like for nothing, like for what? Like it really holds no value at all, but yet we still have it and it's still sometimes really difficult to release it. So, you're going to have opportunities here, collective, that are going to be presenting themselves, but not all of them are going to be for you. So again, it's going to be important for you to discern at this time, okay, and not make decisions out of fear, okay, not make decisions out of ego, okay, not letting your ego drive your car, basically, okay, because that's where you're going to crash. Okay, so Seven of Cups, Spirit, clarify the Seven of Cups. What's that about? Like I didn't even I didn't even hear it. Where'd it go? So the star, that's beautiful. That's beautiful energy. That's Aquarius energy here. Okay. So the Seven of Cups is clarified by the star. So it feels like some of you, collective, are in this energy of you're being guided to, that's why you're being guided to allow. That makes sense now, because some of you are really, you don't really see, it's like some of you don't really see the opportunities that are ahead, but you just have to know. It's like you may be confused. Some of you maybe have so many different things that you could be doing or that you could choose from, right, to do or to invest in, or whatever. But it's like you like so much so where it feels like you're on the right, like you're on the wrong path, like you don't know if you're doing the right thing or if you are going the right direction. But this is your indication that even if you can't really see, even if it seems like it's confusing, or it's like your vision is kind of convoluted, you are on the right path. You are in alignment. Even when it doesn't feel like you're in alignment because of the challenges that are being presented, you're still in alignment. And that, for me, that message in itself has been so helpful for me on my journey as well, because it allows me to know that there is no mistake. So even when shit feels really fucking hard, even when I feel like I made a mistake or I could have did this differently, if it was meant to play out any differently, it would have, period. And that's something I just have to know. And that's something I know now because of the experiences and the repeated experiences that, confirm that for me, that let me know that even when you don't feel like you're in alignment, you are. But that's how I choose to see it, right? And that's your free will. I choose to see it that way because that works for me. It's a positive, beneficial lens of perspective to see that from, and that works for me. I benefit from that because I've watched it. I observe my life get better and improve and shift in really positive ways by allowing myself to see it that way. And that's why I do. So I don't, no longer need to feel like I'm a victim or I'm doing something wrong or anything like that, because the universe continues to show me in different multitude of different ways, different times, different people and experiences that let me know that even when it doesn't feel like I'm in alignment, or even when it doesn't feel like I'm on track or I'm where I need to be, I'm always where I need to be. We're always where we need to be at the right, when we're there. So even when you don't feel like you're in alignment, you are in alignment. Okay. And it's just a matter of, though, you deciding when you need to pivot, then pivot. Okay. So, if things feel really tumultuous and difficult and it feels like you're out of alignment, that's just giving you an opportunity. You're still in alignment, but that's just giving you an opportunity to shift. We don't have to suffer, right? Suffering that us humans do is a choice. That's a conditioning that a lot of us have been, conditioned to do, is suffer. We don't have to do that. If it's difficult, if it feels like I don't want to do this shit, then don't do it. It's really that simple. It doesn't mean you're out of alignment, though. So it feels like some of you collective are really needing to know right now that keep moving forward. Okay. Keep forward progressing and allow yourself to, move forward the way you're guided to. Allow things that need to fall away, as well as allowing the things that are trying to come into your experience to support you and help you and give you what it is you ask for, all those things. Allow that as well. Okay. Give yourself space, give yourself grace, because I feel like you guys are doing way better than you give yourself credit for, just because things may look a certain way right now. You may be confused about your future. You may be confused about what's ahead and all those things, but some of that we're not meant to know right now. We don't need to know, right? How am I going to get out of this? It's not your business. That's how, for me, that it's like when I be trying to force my masculine to figure shit out and it's not working, that's my indication to let me know that spirit is saying you're trying to do a job that is not yours. So stop. So for some of you that could apply as well. Okay. That's why spirit is saying you're on the right path. You just need to keep going and allow us to help you. Allow us to do what we're trying to do on your behalf. Allow the blessings to come into your experience. Okay. But if you're closed off, you're not going to get it. And you'll know how you're closed off. One way to know if you're closed off is if just regular sitting, if you cross your arms for like no reason, or if you're talking to someone and you cross your arms without like consciously doing it, that lets you know that there is the underlying hidden root cause of it. Just indicates there's a blockage there, meaning like you're closing yourself off, you're protecting yourself or trying, you know what I'm saying? So there's something there with that. Like, why is that a thing? What are you afraid of? Are you scared you're going to get hurt? Like it's just something to identify in that. But it's energy. That's why I'm bringing it up, because it's energetic. So even if you're not saying I'm closed off, that's a vibration. Your body language and all that, it's a vibration that you're sending out into the ethers essentially when you do this. That's essentially telling the universe that I'm closing my heart off, because that's what you're doing. Cross your arms, you're blocking your heart space. And your heart space is what attracts everything. Okay? That is what brings it in, is that has to touch your heart, it has to reach your heart, it has to come from the heart, right? It's the most authentic place you have inside of you is your heart space. So if we're blocking that space off, right? You're not allowing the flow of the universe to come to you. You're not allowing the things you've asked for, right? Things you've been wishing for, okay? to actually come into fruition because it's here. The 9 is a completion. The 9 means it's done. The process is done, right? So now it's about letting it in, receiving, allowing it to come to you and bring in this fresh start that some of y'all have been so patiently waiting for, okay? But you need to surrender to the divine, right? And open up. Open up to what it is that you've been wanting. Why? Because collective, it's time. Okay? It's time. Align, right? Align to your miracles, okay? They're all here for you. And so some of you, if you're having a hard time doing this, that is what is going to be important about the Hertz frequencies, solfeggio frequencies, things like that. Okay, allow yourself to do your own research into how these, sounds and vibrations will benefit you, because we are energetic vibrational beings. Okay, so sounds, that's what words are. It's translation into sound, right? The words that we speak, it's a vibration, it's a sound that comes out. And sound is what shifts and affects our life and the things we experience. Okay, so because there's a resonant sound frequency that comes from the words, right? So 423-528-963, listen to more healing solfeggio frequencies, practice EMF protection. Okay, I always have a sticker on my phone. I will put it on all your devices if you can. Use tuning forks, chakra alignment, aura cleanse, sound bath, Tibetan bowls, and digital detox. Okay, so for some of you, those things might be really beneficial to you right now, especially if for those of you that have been like really focused on, the things going on around the world and all the craziness and fucking politics and all that stuff. This is going to really help you allow in, your blessings, allow in the guidance or the calling that the universe has for you, is by allowing yourself to get in, into this space of clearing your energy. Okay, rebalancing your chakra system, right? That's how you're going to allow in the things that you've been asking for to come into your experience with ease, right? That's how you're going to allow, for some of you, wish fulfillment, because we have 2 cards talking about wish fulfillment here. Okay, both of these cards speak of wish fulfillment, but this one also speaks of your divine purpose, your divine path, your destined path, being in alignment. But it's here for you. Okay, it's just up to you, collective, to keep moving forward, though, one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Forget the day. Okay, we need moments, in the moment, right? In this right now moment. That's all you have. Keep pushing forward. Don't give up. Don't quit. And allow the universe to do its part on your behalf. We don't need to stress it. We don't need to yell at it. We don't need to, stalk it and, question it and all that stuff. We just need to allow the universe to do its part on our behalf in our life. Okay. So collective, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, you know what to do. And I love y'all so much. Until next time, you guys. Howdy. Okay. Really quick, collective, before my phone tells me I ran out of space again somehow. What I didn't discuss, what I wasn't guided to, apparently it didn't happen when I was recording the initial message. So so we have at the bottom Ace of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, what you're being asked to continue to push forward and continue to just move forward and focus on your path and on your journey is because some of y'all have new love coming in. Okay, others of you, if this is not like a relationship or an opportunity or something like that in love, in regards to love, right? Some of you, this is just simply the universe giving you an opportunity to do something that you really love, or an opportunity that you are going to really love because it's so in alignment with your blessings, with your desires, with your goals, or whatever it is that you want to achieve. That's what, for some of you, why you're being asked to continue to move forward and allow things to play out how they're playing out, because ultimately it's going to benefit you. This was at the bottom of the deck. That's why I didn't see it, because I'm channeling and all that, but this was at the bottom. So this is energy y'all don't even see coming. It's hidden, right? So the Ace of Cups followed by the 9 of Pentacles. So another 9, that's completion again. Okay, so having accomplished a goal, something being done. Okay, completion, getting to the end of a situation. Okay, and the Strength, right, followed by the Tower. Okay, 2 major arcanas. So with the other 2, that's 4, foundation, right? So it's about standing on your strength, pulling on your own inner strength, because it feels like some of you, something's coming in and it may feel like a tower moment. It may feel like your world is falling apart and you're being asked to be strong, because ultimately it feels like something may have to come down, something has to crash, something has to be demolished, or something has to end, and it may feel painful, right? But on the other side of that, right, is wish fulfillment. On the other side of that is your independence. Okay, being able to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, take care of yourself, nurture yourself. Okay, provide for yourself financially, right? This could represent financial freedom. Okay. Some of you, this also represents a single energy, an independent energy. So, like I said, some of you, that's what you've been asking for, is to be able to take care of yourself, loving on yourself enough to be able to provide for yourself. Okay. And even if those of you that want a relationship, you have to be able to do this first. Okay. Because otherwise, you're not going to attract a masculine or, whoever you want to support you in the ways that you're not willing to support yourself. Right. So, I'm just saying, some of you who have been asking for love or looking for love, I feel like it's trying to come into you. But again, you have to be willing to allow it. You have to be willing to also allow the relationships, connections that, would be kind of like a blockage in a sense. You have to be willing to allow those things to fall away as well. Right. So it's like, be willing to let go of the old to make room for the new. You can't bring in a new couch, right, if you're not willing to let go of the old one that's taking up that space that new couch would be in, right? So, anywho, just a little sidebar additional to the message. So, anyway, I love y'all. Until next time. Howdy.